Hello everyone, I am Stanley Jan Aguaras. I'm from grade 11 ABM-9 and today I will be teaching you the proportion in business math. So first, what is proportion? Proportion is explained majorly based on ratio and fractions. A fraction represented in the form of AB, while ratio AB, then a proportion states that two ratios are equal. Here A and B are any two integers. The ratio and proportion are key foundations to understand the various concepts in mathematics as well as in science. Proportion finds application in solving many daily life problems such as in business while dealing with transactions or while cooking. It establishes a relation between two or more quantities and thus helps in their comparison. Proportion in general is referred to as a part, share, or number considered in comparative relation to a whole. Proportion definition says that when two ratios are equivalent, they are in proportion. It is an equation or statement used to depict that two ratios or fractions are equal. Proportions and definition. Proportion is a mathematical comparison between two numbers. According to proportion, if two sets of giving numbers are increasing or decreasing in the same ratio, then the ratios are said to be directly proportional to each other. Proportions are denoted using the symbol. Proportion example. Two ratios are said to be in proportion when the two ratios are equal. For example, the time taken by train to cover 50 km per hour is equal to the time taken by it to cover the distance of 250 km for 5 hours. Such as 50 km per hour is equals to 250 km per hour. Here are some tips and tricks on proportion. Proportion formula. A proportion formula is an equation that can be solved to get the comparison values. To solve proportion problems, we use the concept that proportion is two ratios that are equal to each other. We mean this in the sense of two fractions being equal to each other. Ratio formula. Assume that we have any two quantities or two entities and we have to find the ratio of these two. Then the formula for ratio is defined as AB is equal to AB, where A and B could be any two quantities. A is called the first term on antecedent and B is called the second term of consequence. Continued proportions. Any three quantities are said to be in continued proportion if the ratio between the first and the second is equal to the ratio between the second and the third. Similarly, four quantities in continued proportion will have the ratio between the first and second equal to the ratio between the third and fourth. For example, consider two ratios to be AB and CD in order to find the continued proportion for the two given ratio terms. We will convert their means to a single term or number. This in general would be the LCM of means, and for the given ratio, the LCM of B and C will be BC. Thus, multiplying the first ratio by C and the second ratio by B, we have first ratio CA is to BC and second ratio is BC is to BD. Quantities of the same kind by using division. The ratio formula for two numbers a and b is given by ab or a or b. Multiply and dividing each term of a ratio by the same number, non-zero, doesn't affect the ratio. When two or more such ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. Fourth, third, and mean proportional. If AB is equal to CD, then D is called fourth proportional to ABC. C is called the third proportional to A and B. The mean proportional between A and B is AB. And today, I will give you 4 minutes to answer this challenge. That is the end of my topic in business mathematics. And remember that Andrew Weil said, just because we can find the solution it doesn't mean that there isn't one. Thank you for watching.